Hi, everybody. This is day 23 on my YouTube channel, New Life. I kind of wanted to come on today and talk a little bit about how the universe has your back and how if you see the synchronicities, you know how to read that and you follow them with your own tuition. Well, I feel like your own inner knowing, because sometimes you follow things that are there, I feel like, to see if you know the right or wrong, which way to go. Um, for me, I guess I kind of wanted to come on and talk a little bit about like things that's happened in my life and the synchronicities that I've seen. Um, and this is like one of them. When I went to Maui, this was the first time I went out shopping because, of course, I love shopping. And I went into this one store, and the lady was really nice. I bought a couple things for my granddaughter and my grandson. And the lady said, "Have you done any excursions yet?" And I said, no, not really. And she said, "Well, here's a card. This is a guy like 4 doors down. He has a really good business. He does different things, and maybe you want to go see him." And I said, "Okay, thank you. I really appreciate that." I took the card and I thought, well, I'm going down that way. I'll just go ahead and stop by there, which I stopped at another store and looked in there, and then I went to his store. And when I got in there, it was, well, it was a store like basically you get snorkeling, different things that you want to go out and do um, yourself, or you can get excursions that you would want to do, like um, boat rides and helicopter rides and different things that you'd want to do. So we ended up talking a little bit about snorkeling, and I said, I would love to go out snorkeling. And he said, "Well, you almost need a partner to do that with." And I looked around and I said, "Well, as you see, I'm not with anybody, so I guess I don't have a partner." We had these two young people were over there not too far from me, and they said, "We'll take you snorkeling." And I thought, what? I said, "Really?" I said, "You would take me?" And they're like, "Yeah, we'll take you." And the guy that was at the store, which he was the owner of the store, said, "Oh yeah, they're my friends and stuff like that. And I know that they come in here pretty often." And so I said, "Wow, okay, so now I got a snorkeling partners to take me snorkeling. Now what should I do?" And he suggested the helicopter rides, which I asked him, I said, "So which one should I take?" And that was perfect for me because I needed to get past my fears. And that's one of my things this year, is getting past the things that I'm fearful. And so he told me which one to take. And I thought, okay, perfect. But it was pretty pricey. So I said, let me go back to my hotel room and meditate on that, and I'll be back, because I always have to meditate instead of rushing into anything and making sure it's going to be what's meant for me. So I went back and meditated. I felt like I should still do it. I went back to go pay for it, did all that. And then I got a call the next day from, it was the Maui airport. And I was like, that's kind of weird. Wonder why they're calling me. And I thought, well, maybe they're canceling it. I wasn't really sure, because a lot of things have happened like that in my life. And so when they called, they said, you know, asked me my name, blah, 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 and said, "Well, we want to upgrade you." And I said, "What?" They said, "Yeah, we have a seat on another airplane or another helicopter, and we need to fill this seat, and we're going to upgrade you if you want to upgrade." And I said, I don't know. How much is that going to cost me now? And they said, "Oh, no, it won't cost you anymore." And I said, "What does that consist of?" And they said, "Oh, well, this is the helicopter ride without the doors." So basically now I'm going up in a helicopter, which I'm already afraid of, and now I'm going without the doors. So I said, "Can I meditate on this and call you back? Because I just don't know if I want to do this." So I got off, I meditated. I felt like this was the universe just putting it out there because I would have never done this if they wouldn't have had it, like, which I call synchronicity, would fell together. And so I call him back and I said, okay, I'll go ahead and take it. And they said, oh, perfect, because you're going to be right beside the pilot and you'll have the perfect view. And I thought, oh my God, that's even better. And so I went on that and it was the best ride. I met this young couple that was so cool. They're from California and they were so good with me. They knew how nervous I was. They skydived before and did different things, but it was so amazing and I will never ever forget it. And I would have never done that if I wouldn't have followed my synchronicities. Because if I wouldn't have went and followed through everything, I would have never experienced any of that. And it just shows you how sometimes if you truly just pay attention to the signs and pay attention to different things that the universe sends your way, it's just amazing what you could end up doing that you wouldn't even think that you would want to do. And to me, I was fearful about doing that, but now after I did it, I wasn't fearful at all like about it. I enjoyed it. I loved it and I would do it again in a heartbeat. And that's just kind of like one of my synchronicities. Like I've had, oh gosh, like even then I guess I don't know if I've told this one on here or not, but um I guess it's not really a synchronicity, but it's like a thing that had happened to me and my mom when we were on our trip, when we were going on our road trip. We were driving from Tennessee to Miami, and I was trying to get off the exit to get on to go to Miami, and it was construction there, and the person behind me would not let me over to get into the right exit, and we ended up getting in the other exit, which took us an hour. It was almost 40 minutes backwards where we have already came from. And I was so mad at myself, so down on myself. My mom could tell I was about ready to cry. And I just, I was so, couldn't believe that we've already been driving for so many hours and now we have to go back 40 minutes. Because if you know, in Florida, their exits take forever to find another exit. So that's why it was 40 minutes till we got to the next exit. But when we ended up getting to the exit, my mom could tell how frustrated I was, and I was trying to hold it together and not be too mad, but I really did want to cry, and she could tell. So when we got there, she said, okay, well, why don't we get out? We'll get coffee. You can, like, ground yourself. You'll feel better, and we'll go off from there. I said, yeah, that's probably true. Let's do that. So we stopped over at the gas station. There was grass, so I took my shoes off and I started walking around, and we seen these things flying around. Like, it was like 50 of them or more. I don't even know. I never could count them all. And I was like, what is going on? My mom's like, what are these? And I'm like, I have no idea. And as I'm grounding myself, we're looking around. Here, they're dragonflies. Like, I've never seen so many dragonflies in one place before, ever. It blew my mind. I was like, oh my God. My mom's like, is this normal in Florida? And I said, I have no idea. I've never seen this many, and I don't understand, but it was so breathtaking and so beautiful. And we watched them. I took pictures. I just couldn't believe I'd seen so many of them at one place. And so she said, well, when you think we go in, they're going to be out here when we come back. And I said, I have no idea, Mom. I don't know. And we literally went in, got coffee, and came back out. And we got right back out to where I was grounding myself in the grass, and there was not one. They were all gone. All of them. Like, how does that even happen? Like, those are the miracles that I can't even explain. And I mean, nobody would believe it unless you've seen it, which my mom did see. So she actually witnessed it. So she doesn't question anymore about the universe doing stuff for me. She just basically listens, watches, and trusts and has faith like I do. And that's kind of what I've been doing. I've been just truly watching my synchronicities, listening, and just basically trusting and having faith in the universe that they're going to be having my back every time, no matter what I do, no matter how good or bad it is, that they always have my back and they always have had my back. But I truly never noticed it as much until I got divorced, because I was so busy in my life with my ex and I never really seen them like I did after I got divorced. And I guess with me today, I just kind of wanted to go on today to kind of talk about that and to tell about a couple of my synchronicities and different things that's actually happened to me. And the other thing I wanted to say really quick, and I was blown away by, is I got triggered really bad one time and I took off for 3 days and I never told my family where I was, and I needed it because I needed to work on my triggers and my stuff. But when I came back, I was so excited about coming back. I was kind of like speeding, and I realized that there was a cop that was up ahead, and I was like, oh my God, I'm like going almost 80, and there's a cop. Like, there's no way I'm going to be able to get stopped. And as soon as I looked at my speedometer, I went to clear to 0, like literally to 0. Like, it looked like I wasn't even going 0. I mean, I wasn't even driving. And I couldn't believe it. And nobody was with me, so nobody witnessed it but me. And then when I got past the cop, it totally started going back up, and it was to the right amount. So I was like, oh my God, there's the universe again helping me when I knew that I shouldn't have been going that fast, but I was, and there was a cop, and they helped me out. It was amazing. Like, I cannot thank the universe enough for always having my back and always being there when I need them, or God, whatever you want to call it. I call it universe. Everybody has a different name for the higher power source. But I just wondered if other people have this, and I'm sure they do, but do you really see it? And do you pay attention to the signs? So, I don't know. With that being said, I don't want to be on here too long today, but my meditations are going so different now. Like, today I had 3 of them, and this last one was pretty long. Well, I'd say like an hour and 20 minutes. Wasn't as bliss as yesterday's was, how I was so like zoned and so like into myself. It was extremely relaxing, extremely, I don't even know how to explain it, but bliss, I guess, or heavenly. But it was still good today, and I'm still doing that because I feel like if I do that, that helps me, and it truly helps the collective on all of us. And I'm just doing what I think I'm supposed to do, or I'm just doing what I'm trusting my intuition is telling me. I guess I'm not thinking about it. I'm just trusting my intuition on what to do, and I've been really doing that a lot lately. So with that being said, I just kind of wanted to come on and talk about trusting the universe and knowing they got my back, and feeling how grateful I am for them, or for my higher power source, for always being there with me. So anyways, I know it's all us that does it too, but I don't know how I could say it like that and have everybody believe me, but it is all of us doing it with ourselves. So anyways, I just wanted to come on and tell everyone thank you so very much for coming on and listening to my YouTubes and watching me and being a part of this. And I'm truly grateful, and I hope this helps somebody today. I hope it resonates with someone, or someone gets something, or watches maybe their synchronicities. So anyways, so I just wanted to come on today. And today is, oh my gosh, my 23rd YouTube video of my new life. and it's been wonderful. So thank you all very much for listening. I love you all and have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.